Always find that little dangly bit at the end a bit suspect, to be perfectly honest with you. But maybe that's just my dirty mind. So if I fly up, you can see better a good impression of the light ring and why it is called the light ring. Blazing the trails. I don't know. It provides a good silhouette on the up and down, but its actual shape, again, I'm not a fan. It looks like a kind of like, I don't know, mutated seahorse. Right, where's the next entrance? There is actually a special fruit in this part of the forest that allows you to get an increase in speed. See the little 3 dots, the green dots? If you find this special fruit, it will give you a 4th dot. But we don't really care about that because it makes pretty much no difference to the game. There's also a special rare enemy in this area, the Golia Hunter or the Golia Tracker or whatever. I think it was misnamed in the translation. I'm not sure which one's correct. I think it's Golia Hunter, but I think in this game it's called the Golia Tracker by mistake. It's very rare. I fought it a couple of times in previous playthroughs, but it's only really worth it if you're interested in getting excellent on all the enemies and having a perfect review of your game at the end, because the game does analyze your stats. The forest's still burning. Thanks to the encounter with Grig Orig, who, now that I think about it, sounds almost like a Swedish, I don't know, hammer thrower. Grig Orig! And again, I apologise if I've offended anyone. Oh, me and my stereotypes. Okay, now we should be able to enter this part now. Yes! Ooh, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. So now we are into the Red Ruins. Save the game, because that's the smart thing to do. Oh yes, and with the light ring we get the level 6 upgrade. The lasers look lovely now. We get a Golia pod, which is, I don't know, pretty useless. Berserk Maxes fly under, yay! Yes, we need to do this. Very reminiscent of earlier on when we had the desert oasis problem. And actually you can see by the effect there that this is supposed to be kind of like a very watery area. The ground is kind of marsh-like. Kinda marsh-like. You're fucking saying, eh? The English language, ever evolving, and my use of it ever devolving. Wow, nothing but shite. Don't worry, the items are not why I'm here. Whoa, glitcherific. Oh, I wish I could be playing this game on a modern console. How beautiful it would be. Hell, I just want to play the original. I want to play this on a regular console. I mean, there are so many people who just are missing out on the awesomeness. But the story goes, I may have already told you this, I'm not sure. It's been a long I've been playing this game for a while, so I kind of forget what I've said and what I haven't. But this game is pretty much never going to be released on any other medium, simply because the source code for the entire game, the thing that is like the most sacred and important part of any game and is kept safe by everyone, was lost by Sega. Yes, Sega lost the source code for Panzer Dragoon Saga, which means that any sort of recreation of the game becomes infinitely harder, as it becomes a matter of emulation. Now you think, well, why is that a problem? You're playing this game on an emulator right now. Yes, I am. But to create a fully functional emulator of the Sega Saturn just for the purposes of one game on any of the consoles would be a bit too much grief for pretty much any game maker. Especially considering, you know, this game only sold about, well, in the West at least, it only had about 5,000 copies made. Or at least I think that was the US number anyway. Either way, there were probably less than 10,000 copies of this game in existence in English. And that's an incredibly small fan base. So even though this game is well respected, it just doesn't have the clout that it deserves, especially since Panzer Dragoon Auto didn't sell so well on the Xbox. But then again, there was a lot of bad marketing and selling decisions for the Xbox when it came to Sega games. Xbox trying to inherit the sort of like Dreamcast user base by providing games. Let's see, can we go in here now? Yes, we can, motherfucker. Alright, so we are now inside, and there is nothing else in here. But, you know, hey, this is a neat ruin. So if we access this, yes, that's right. If we access this, nothing happens. What the fuck? Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. Ah! So I'm guessing there are 4 of these. Oh no, there are 4 entrances. That's right. I think. I may be mistaken. Oh no, here we are. Oh yes. And here is the Dragon Quest. I said it again, fucking quest. Dragon Crest. And if we access it, something should happen. I can't access it. Ah! What do I do? Shit feck. Alright, well, I have to come back here later. Sorry, I was building your hopes up. This is what happens when you don't play a game for years and years. You forget everything. But don't worry, soon we shall have glory. Oh, here we go. The baby dragon spins. We spin. Yes! Dragon solo wing! The dragon's true form. Cestron now faces winged death. You bet your ass. That's right. So, if this looks familiar, this is because this is the dragon from Panzer Dragoon 1. and the fully evolved dragon model from Panzer Dragoon Saga. And now the fully evolved form of the dragon in Panzer Dragoon Saga. Yes, the ultimate form of the dragon, the solo wing. Not as fancy Dan as perhaps many of the other forms of the dragon, but I think that's maybe the point. Again, this is... Whoa. Oh, that's right. We can actually manipulate this version of the dragon, and we can get many different forms. So all these forms look very similar to forms we saw in Panzer Dragoon Saga. Just to show you them. So there's the defensive model. There's like an agility spiritual model. There's a agility attack model. That looks pretty cool. But what we're going to do is we're going to go for just a good old 100, 100, 100. Because that is the true form of the dragon. This is like the canon form of the dragon. And on top of that, I think it looks really cool. And now that we've got like the ultimate form of the dragon, what Edge said was pretty much true. Sestron is going to face winged death. We are incredibly powerful now. And shouldn't really be facing too many problems. Right, return to the map. Right, now, there are a couple of things you can do now that you have the ultimate form of the dragon. But they're not actually very interesting or useful. Apart from one. We'll go to the Gariel Desert. Now, above the excavation site, if you remember from way back, there was a series of fans that blew us out of the way. We had to turn them off. We could destroy those fans now, but they don't really give you much extra. And there's only one thing I want to do here. Do you remember the sunken ship that we couldn't break before? Well, now we can break it. And now we can enter a hidden area underneath. I'm not even sure what we get here, to be perfectly honest. I like how the ultimate form of the dragon, you know, he looks a bit rougher, more rough and ready, a little bit stodgy. Like, he wouldn't just be able to laser your face off, he'd be able to claw you into pieces. And what do we get for our troubles? Plasma Swarm, which is a berserk attack. And let's see what it says about Plasma Swarm. There's one extra class I haven't found. God damn it. Focused energy beams, Corsadi PP, whatever. So as you can see, I've actually, even without trying, I've pretty much got all save one of the berserks. I'm looking forward to using Berserker Rage. And actually, that makes a point. I'm gonna go to the caravan and just spend all my money, because there's no reason for me to need money now. So I might as well buy as much shit as I can. Because once we re-enter the tower, that's going to be the end game. You know, we're gonna be going on till the end, the bitter end. Are you excited? I am. Here we go. Off to the caravan, please. Just conveniently ignore the fact that Andrew's son is going to die, and we're not doing anything to help him. Oops. Gotta save the world, son. First sell the shit I don't need. Oh no, I'll keep that. So how many berserks? Yeah, I think berserk is really the most important thing we can keep for ourselves. And I don't even know what gun parts I have. Alright, that'll do. Right. Dual blast chips are very useful, so buy a few of them. Let's see. Elixir's not really a problem. Berserk Medis 250, 100. It's all swings and roundabouts, really, isn't it? I'm gonna buy 10. No, 9. I can only buy 9. Whoops. Buy 9 Berserk Medis. Why not? Why not? And 6 of them, because fuck it. I'm off to the final boss. I must admit, I do just like how easy this game is. I know it sounds really, weak of me to say that, but honestly, like, Panzer Dragoon Saga feels more like an experience than a game in many ways. Well, I mean, it feels like a game, of course, but it's like, you know how sometimes when you have to replay games, or if you want to replay a game, that there's that feeling inside of you where you're just like, oh, I really want to replay the game, but I don't want to have to go through this part again, or this boss, or this area, or whatever. I mean, there's a little element of that with Uru, but really, for the most part, this game is just like, oh, I'll play it again, because it's just like reading a book.